Hey guys, it's Raven and we're back with another video. Today we are doing a little crochet tutorial on how to make this mesh cup holder so it can carry bottles of heavy weights. This pattern is made to measure, so based on how big your bottle is, you could make different sizes, and it could also vary on the type of yarn you use. So this one here is a tougher rope material and it's thicker, so I use lesser stitches for the base. It's for a smaller bottle for my mom. And this one I made a bigger base because my bottle is just larger in size, and I made it longer. Ta-da! And I did use a thinner yarn, so I definitely ended up making more stitches in total. Yeah, so it's very beginner friendly. You just need to know the basic stitches, for example slip stitch, chaining, double crochet, and back loop only, but that will be taught in the tutorial as well, so don't worry about it. I've posted a free pattern on my Instagram and my website, so you can feel free to download from my website directly or check out my Instagram. It'll be posted in like the slide format. And if you do make a bottle sleeve with my crochet pattern through my YouTube video or pattern, please remember to credit me on your social media or anywhere. Yeah, that would be greatly appreciated. And let's get to the materials. So for the materials, you need your yarn. I'm going with this kind of braided texture that feels a bit like a rope. Something sturdy would be better. We have a darning needle to weave in our ends, a pair of scissors, and our crochet hook. I would recommend a crochet hook size that is suitable for your yarn. If you're using a thicker yarn, use a thicker hook, but for mine I will use 4.5. So let's get started. So in terms of the size, I made a bottle holder for my mom's really small coffee bottle, and here I will be making one for my own bottle today. It's much bigger, so it will be longer, and maybe with the different yarn type it could be smaller, like the base could be bigger or smaller, really depends on what kind of yarn you're using and how big your bottle is. So today we'll be doing the tutorial based on my water bottle size, and yeah, let's get started. So here with your hook and your yarn, we are going to start by making a magic ring. So with your fingers like this, wrap your two fingers across like an X. Use your crochet hook under the first loop over the second one, pull it over, twist, grab under your second loop here and chain one. So you have your magic ring done, and we're gonna chain one more because we need chain 2 to start this. And now we are gonna do 11 double crochet in the magic ring. So to do a double crochet, yarn over, insert your hook into the magic ring, yarn over, pull through once, so you have 3 loops on your hook now, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. So we repeat the process 10 more times. And you see that this is tail here, make sure that you crochet over the tail. And including your chain 2 you did at the beginning, you should have 1 chain 2 here, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Total you should have 12 stitches in your magic ring. And to close it off, to close the ring, pull on this tail, pull as hard as you can, and because we are using a sturdier and thicker yarn this time, it might be very hard to close up the ring, so don't worry about it too much if you are not able to pull. So I managed to close the circle like this, and now in the chain 2 here, this is your first double crochet. We're going to insert our hook into the first double crochet and not into the chain 2. So first double crochet, this V here, insert, yarn over, pull through once, and then pull through once again. This is a slip stitch. So for the second round, we will chain 2, yarn over, and we're gonna do 2 double crochet in the same stitch that we are already in. So this one here right beside, chain 2, double crochet into this same stitch that we are in, and we are going to continue 2 double crochet in each stitch all the way around until we reach the last stitch here. So now that we have done 2 double crochet in every stitch except the last one, because this chain 2 will act as our double crochet as our last double crochet of the round. So instead of doing 2 double crochet in this stitch, we just need to do 1. So your last double crochet here and your chain 2 will be your last like 2 double crochet, and we will insert our hook into the first double crochet we made. Do a slip stitch, and there is our second round done. So for the previous one, my yarn was thicker and it was able to cover the bottle that I was making for my mom, but for my current bottle it is too small, so we will have to do 1 more round. So for the third round, we will chain 2, double crochet into the same stitch, right, and then do 2 double crochet in the next stitch. So we'll need to repeat the same cycle of double crochet and then 2 double crochet, double crochet, 2 double crochet. So double crochet and then 2 double crochet. So repeat this sequence until you reach the last 2 stitches here. So for the sleeve, we will be working into the back loops only around the base to create this upright effect. So if we don't work into the back loops only, it will expand into a bigger circle, but we want to have that 90-degree upright effect. So to explain the loop, as you can see, these are like stitches with the V. The loop nearer to you will be the front loop, and the loop away from you is the back loop. So as we start to work into the back loops on the right side, on the other side, it will create that upright effect that we are going for. So now with your round 3 or whichever round you are done with, chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to skip this stitch over here. So skip 1 stitch, we're going to work into the next stitch with a double crochet in the back loop only. So skip this one, the next one, but in the back loop, which is the loop away from you, then do a double crochet like this. So chain 1, skip 1 stitch and double crochet into the back loop of the next stitch. Okay, again, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet into the back loop. It's this back loop here, like so. So just keep repeating chain 1, skip 1, double crochet into the back loop all the way until you reach the end, which is the start of the round. So once you've reached your last mesh stitch that you are able to do in the round, to finish off, we will chain 1 and then slip stitch into the third chain of the chain 4 we did previously. So 1, 2, 3, we will slip stitch in here, and that is our first round done. So over here, oops, we have to weave in this later, but just grab your water bottle, put it in that round one that you've made. Just make sure it fits before you continue on. If it doesn't fit, you might have to make a bigger base. And yeah, this looks pretty good. So we are going to continue on with the second round. Again, here, chain 4, 2, 3, 4. Skip this chain here and double crochet into the previous double crochet of round 1. So chain 1, skip the chain, double crochet into the bottom double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into the previous double crochet. So just keep repeating this mesh effect all around, and I'll meet you guys at the end here. So here, after completing the second round of the mesh, we will chain 1 and then slip stitch into the third chain of the first chain 4 we did. Slip stitch, so here we have 2 rounds done, and we are going to keep repeating round 2 until you reach your entire bottle length. So really up to you how long you want to make it. You can make it to cover like half, 3/4, or maybe until the cap area, but just keep repeating the same steps until you reach your desired height, and then I'll meet you guys there to make the straps. Yeah. So here I've just completed 13 rows of the mesh design, and it covers most of my bottle. If you're kind of running out of yarn, you can also try and just stretch your bottle sleeve to cover more. So I'm quite happy with the height here, and we're going to continue on to the straps now. So here is my working stitch over here, and if you're right-handed like me, place a stitch marker to the left, and this stitch marker is for the straps, right? So place another stitch marker on the opposite of the bottle sleeve. So mine is 9 stitches away from the right and the left in the middle here. You should have an even number of stitches here, so you should have an opposite chain space to put your stitch marker here. So right now, with our working stitch, we will start chaining the length of the strap that we would like. So I would recommend that you do not chain too tight but not too loose also, but just keep in mind not to do it too tight, as it will make our life a little bit harder later. So just start chaining until you reach your desired length of the strap. So I'm happy with this length here. And so if you're right-handed, you will start from the right side of this stitch marker and you will slip stitch to the right side of your other stitch marker here. So here, just make sure that your stitch here, your chain here is straight, like it doesn't twist or turn when you're attaching. So if you're right-handed, attach it to the right side here. We will start by slip stitching the right DC of this stitch marker here. Insert your hook, do a slip stitch. I suggest you do a single crochet in the chain space here. One single crochet. You can remove your stitch marker now. And then slip stitch to the left side, which is the other side. Slip stitch. So now that we have connected the other end of the bottle sleeve, we are going to continue back to where we started. So here we are going to yarn over and double crochet into the foundation chain. Instead of working into the V as most tutorials suggest, we will twist our foundation chain and work into the back loops, so the back bumps of the foundation chain. Okay, so continue working into the back bumps, which is this bump here. Double crochet, and we're just gonna double crochet in the back bumps all the way until the other end of the strap, and I'll meet you guys there. So after you've finished your last stitch of your strap, you can go ahead and remove your stitch marker and slip stitch into the double crochet on this side. And we are done. So here we just need to chain one, cut off a short piece of yarn, pull through your yarn, and just weave in your ends. So grab your darning needle. Suggest that you sew along your last DC and your chain one here just to secure it. Just like wrap it around. Okay, and once you're done wrapping it around, you can insert your needle into a stitch, and before you pull through, before you pull the loop too hard, you just need to insert your needle back into this loop to tie a knot. After tying the knot, then you can go ahead and weave in your ends. Yeah, just kind of weave your ends in back into the strap, because I find that it's easier to do so. You have your little end here, you can take your crochet hook maybe. Grab your end and weave it back into the same way, but just not completely the same way. Does that make sense? Like if the yarn ends comes out this way, I'm gonna start weaving it by 1 stitch away so that I don't undo my work, but I still keep it secure. Okay, it looks good, so I will go ahead and cut off the tail here, stretch it a little, and we are done. Of course, you can go ahead and add more details, for example, maybe like a special yarn. Thank you. Thank you all for watching my YouTube tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope that it was very clear and easy to understand. This was highly requested on my Instagram account, so I decided to post a YouTube tutorial for it as well. And yeah, it's very functional, very practical, could be perfect for a gift to anyone or maybe yourself. If you find that your bottle handle is just too tiny to be holding all the time and you have like a lot of other things to carry, this is your go-to, and you only require very little yarn as well, so very good yarn de-stash. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you guys like crochet, sewing, crafting content, do subscribe, leave a like and a comment if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.